Good morning, everyone. My name is Tori Smith, and I would like to do a short report on the child trafficking situation for the past week. There has been a lot going on here, and it's ongoing. This is 4.5 years of me dealing with these people. And last night they sent in the temporals who injected me with this concoction of its 18 biological and chemical weapons. And so I did a scan of my own DNA, and I had found that, it was probably about maybe 10 o'clock at night, that I had been injected with anthrax 14,177 times. And this goes on over a period of 1 3/4 years. And if you do the math, you'll see that there are certainly not 14,000 days in 1 3/4 years, 1 year and 9 months. That it's just an ongoing thing. It's constant. It's over and over and over again. In the 4 days after I got out of jail, I was attacked anywhere between 1 and 5 minutes. Every 1 to 5 minutes, 24 hours a day, and it's just going on and on. And so I'm asking for divine guidance, because what's happening is, well, I can give you the list as an example. I'd say, like, well, on Thursday, or last Friday, 209 children were brought in from 3 sources and then gang raped and murdered in 12 locations. And what I've done is, and the reason I do these are because of out of respect for the children, who are just being, treated like sex toys and then murdered and thrown away like trash. But at what point does that become redundant to say, oh, okay, well, these 20 kids were raped by 100 men 300 times. These 40 children were raped by 300 men, a total of 900 times. You know what I mean? Keep repeating it over and over and over again. So then I thought I would highlight individual children. But what I found is you can't make people care. You just can't make people care about something they just couldn't care less about. And over the past week, though, I noticed a trend that was dropped. It was, my week goes from Friday to Thursday, because Friday's the busiest child trafficking day. It was 209 children on Friday, 107 on Saturday, 52 on Sunday, 36 on Monday, 17 on Tuesday, 12 on Wednesday, and then 41 on Thursday, which is today, Thursday the 19th. $107 million of United States taxpayer money was spent on this child trafficking operation, because a lot of things, politicians just help themselves to money. They pay the children, and then they pay the people to bring them in. The Air Force gets paid, a lot of these men get paid $100,000 a month. United States Southern Command, African Command, these men who are running children from other places are normally paid about $100,000 a month. And for this week, the children were brought in from the same locations: Syria, Turkey, the Ukraine, the Vatican, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, North and South Korea, Vietnam, and China. And a total of 474 children were brought into the MyLab system, which is actually lower, because I think it was just a week or two ago on Friday, there was 400 and something on one day. And one of my woman I love dearly, Evie Lorgan, she has a wonderful site. She's helped a lot of people. She told me not to do this 24 hours a day because I would get really burned out. But for me, it's not so much dealing with the child traffickers, it's just dealing with the inundation of the weapons they use against me, the scalar weapons, being poisoned every few minutes by the temporals. And then we do this thing where we destroy the temporals, but since they just produce more, it becomes redundant. Well, we destroyed 10,000. Well, they just made 10,000 more. Well, we just destroyed 10,000 more. Well, they just made 10,000 more. So it's an endlessly repeating cycle. And I am really burned out. But just to give you an idea, Barack Obama has murdered 287 children. 287 children. Joe Biden has murdered 109. Bernie Sanders has now murdered 21. Donald Trump, who has had hundreds of friends involved in this child trafficking operation, has just recently joined, So his numbers are low. He's only murdered 2 children during rape. Ted Cruz, 42 children. Indiana Governor Mike Pence has murdered 51 children. And Indiana Attorney General Greg Zeller has murdered 2. The CIA agent who orchestrated the charges against me, I call him CIA number 1, has murdered 48 children. 17 of these children he dissolved in chemicals in a tub in his basement in Indianapolis. The Indiana State Police absolutely refuse to do any type of investigation. And what really I think bothers me the most about people from Indiana is that when you tell them what's going on, they immediately are geared to protect the ones who are committing the crimes. It was just like, I don't know if you saw that movie Hot Fuzz, where a big city cop gets transferred out to the country, and basically the whole small town is involved in all these crimes of killing people that they don't like. Well, it's basically the same thing. In the case of me, I went to a local prosecutor's, Willie County Prosecutor's Office, to find out what type of attorney I needed to file a complaint against a man who rapes and murders children, and within 48 hours I was in jail. And it looks like it's a strong possibility I'll be in jail for a long time. It's kind of frustrating, which means all this work that I've done is all for nothing. But in a way it's not, because at least the children who were murdered in heaven, at least they love me. And we've done a huge amount of work. It just doesn't feel like we're making any progress. But like I said before, how do you get people to care? How do you get people to care about children? You can't. People don't care. And that's why this continues. But thank you for your support. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I'm maybe just start doing weekly reports now instead of daily ones, because there's just so, I feel like it's just repeating like some kind of a machine, that it feels like it's lost meaning, but not to the children. You can't tell, even 41 children. You know, that's a substantial group of children for today. 41 children will be gang raped and murdered in the next few hours. And I thank you. Thank you for your time and your prayers.